And once again, we are live for your VPR Thursday with your girl, Kiana the Goddess, the one and only DJ FMI, now a YNVS DJ. Liddy, Liddy, Liddy. Let's
What's
talk
going
about
on, everybody? What is shaking? It is a bright Thursday morning. I'm lying to y'all. Look at that. I'm lying to y'all. I don't like doing that.
how.
It is a gloomy,
That's
gray,
yeah.
gray Thursday morning, but I'm still feeling really good. I'm shining bright, and you could tell my partner is shining bright as well.
Thank
We
you.
are here to deliver all the hip hop related news and anything to do with the culture, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. And I'm definitely looking forward to our guest today, Michael Lyle Jr.,
Yes.
professor, renowned award-winning journalist. We've had him on the show. We've been blessed to have him twice, and he'll be back again. A lot has changed. So definitely looking forward to that. You know, I love, and I talk about this all the time, but I am just really ultimately grateful. First of all, we've never been at a loss for guests, right? We've never, ever
No.
had to worry about guests, and then just the caliber of guests that have come through our door has just been astounding. So, you know,
Yep.
it's always an incredible blessing. FMI, you know what it is. Like, we do this.
And
But
Kiana, yesterday, guys, if you haven't been tuned in, I was on the YNVS live stream DJing yesterday on Twitch.
yep.
And I took time out during my set to give us our flowers, to give Shampoo his flowers, to even give Conan Wasted Spade his flowers, just
Yeah.
all the years that we put in this music industry
Mhm.
and are steadfast to our mission of just bridging that gap when it comes to unsigned artists and signed artists and bringing them to a platform where people want to intake this music. So I thank everybody that tunes in here and listens. But before we have our guests pull up, I got energy VPR. And if y'all know anything about me, I got energy and I got all the smoke.
Hey, big
And as
Libra.
of recently, I really got time for anybody that got time.
A
So with
word.
that being said, the internet has spoken, guys.
Okay.
And this record has grown on me. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm in my merengue vibe. I know, Michael, you're gonna join in a few minutes. Hopefully, you're in a merengue vibe as well. I got a song that I want to bring up here and play. Let's all vibe out together on this
Okay.
beautiful day. Y'all see the song. Let's get to it.
Y aquí sí saben el bochinche, como dice
I hope y'all hear it.
El Drake, BBL, el Drake,
El Rey.
BBL y otra vez. El Drake, BBL, el Drake, BBL y otra vez. Oh, dijo, oh, dijo, oh, dijo.
Y'all see me? Y'all turn up with me, stream. Turn up with me. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. We ain't trying to get copyright stricken here. So
I know, right? They'll cut us right out.
let me stop it. BBL El Rake.
I was about to do a spin.
So the internet has spoken with the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. As you can see, Kendrick is at the top of the charts with his Not Like Us record. So for the people in the back that have been saying that, yo, nobody's listening out to this record outside of the West Coast, apparently you're wrong. Numbers don't lie. And it's bigger than all the songs that Drake has dropped as of recent towards the disc. So it is nice to see that hip-hop is in a good place. Lyricism is in a good place. And I'm always going to champion that on VPR. So let's get ready to bring our guest up here, Michael Lyle Jr.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited. We had him on, like, what was it, season 4 or season
I think season 4 and then season 6, because I know we had him during COVID.
Okay.
6 or 7. Lord, child, you know. Coming home.
Now, I can't wait to bring him up here. And just before we get to introduce him, I just want to pick his brain with this Drake and Kendrick just before we move on. So, Michael, can we please bring him up here? I know he has a lot to say today.
Absolutely. Professor Lyle in the building.
What's going on, y'all? Good morning from the confines of the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, as you see behind me here.
Okay.
It's a day out here in the West, and it's a great day, and I'm very happy to be back on with y'all. It's been a minute, but I'm back, and I'm glad to be back with y'all.
Hold on, Michael. Hold on. Let's address the elephant in the room. You said Colorado?
That's right.
What? Last time I spoke to this man, VPR, I think he was in Boston or near Boston area.
You're close. It wasn't. No, you're close. It was New England. It wasn't Boston, but you're close.
Connecticut, I believe, right?
Thank you, Kiana. It was
Connecticut.
She knows. That's why she's somebody's got to be it's got to be the straw here. So she's got you. But yes, it was Connecticut, and I had moved out now here to Colorado. I moved out here a little over a year ago for where I'm at in my studios here at NPR affiliate KUNC, which is based out here in Greeley. I'm just outside the Denver area, and I work as a news anchor and a reporter here. I just finished the morning shift here. I'm the host of Morning Edition on this station. I was actually promoted here to this shift a couple of months ago because when I was hired here a year ago, I was actually hired to host the midday shift, which is All Things Considered. So a couple of months ago, I was promoted to now doing, which I'm doing now, which is the morning drive, Morning Edition. So within it hasn't even been a couple of years yet, bro, and I'm already moving up the ladder.
Look at this VPR, and this is what we love to see here: natural growth in your profession. And when you're passionate about what you do, it definitely shows in your work. When we had him up here for our last interview.
By the way, you see I'm repping, right? You see I'm repping out here, right? I know this is Nuggets territory, but you see I'm repping still,
big
right?
facts. Knicks all day. Knicks all day. Knicks in six.
That's right. We're gonna finish this thing tomorrow night. That's right.
Hey, I'm not gonna get up here and act like I was a Knicks fan for all this time. You know what I mean? I was very much rooting for my Clippers, and they got clipped.
You're a Russell Westbrook fan, huh? Westbrook.
I met him in real life. I DJed for him. He was at a model event that I was DJing for, and yes, so I was disappointed to see my Clippers getting bounced out. It wasn't a good feeling.
At some point, man. He deserves it. He's been playing a long time, and he certainly deserves his flowers at some point. He's one of the good guys in the league too, so I think he's gonna get his chance.
I agree.
So a team's gonna pick him up that can really utilize him and use him as like a specialty tool. So I definitely think so as well. But let's tap back into what you've been doing. It has been what, a year since you've been on the platform, or like
it's been about 2 years, man. The last time I remember I saw it was in my stories feed was 2021, and that was right after the pandemic. So it was probably like a few months after we got out of COVID that I was on for the first time with y'all.
No, it was because you were speaking about George Floyd, and we actually used that in our trailer. So you guys can check out our trailer on our VPR page on YouTube. But yeah, there's so much to dive into because you've not just changed location, you've changed jobs, and you've got a lot going on. So let's just delve into it all.
Okay, well, where should we start? You want to know how I got out here to good old Colorado of all places?
Absolutely.
Yes. You don't just leave Connecticut to Colorado. That's a hell of a jump.
It was not on my bingo card to move out here to Colorado of all places. I've been doing this for 31 years, y'all, but I did not think that I was going to end up of all places here in Colorado. But I got to tell you, I love it out here. It's really nice. You see behind me, you can't really see the Rocky Mountains unless you're up close, but they're out there. And I got to tell you, there is not a more pleasant view every morning looking at those things to start your day out here. It is such an amazing view of those things. It is. Makes you appreciate nature, too, up close.
Being from New York City, I moved upstate for 4 years. Coming back to a city that smells like backwoods, timberlands, and weed is not a good feeling, Michael.
Backwoods, timberlands, and weed.
Yeah.
Whoa, you just got one of the three just now.
That's right. Colorado
has been 420 capital right here where we're at.
That's
420 is king out here. You know that. This is where it all started.
Yeah. So being out there, can you tell me what it's like with the change of work culture? Or you know what I mean? Is it slower? Is it more fast paced? What is it looking like?
Oh no! It's a little more slow paced out here. I mean, Denver's a vibrant city. It's a major city. Maybe not on a level like a New York or a DC or a Los Angeles or a Boston, but it is still a nice city. It's vibrant out here. The natives out here are a little more chill, they're more relaxed. They actually talk to you. When I go shopping out here, you go into the stores, they actually speak to you. You walk in the stores.
Michael, you telling me there's a part of America where certain people aren't afraid of black people? Are you telling me?
Well, let me just say, you could probably, not to be rude, but you could probably count on one hand here in Greeley how many black folks are in this region.
Oh, shit.
Myself included.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, you think about it, I'm in the West, so there's a lot of Native American culture and Hispanic culture out here too. Mm-hmm. A lot of the communities and towns have a lot of Mexican and Hispanic rituals behind it too. Don't forget, this part of the region was one time a part of another country down in the South, Mexico. So there's a lot of that territorial stuff around here too.
I love that. So you've got a lot of different cultures around you now.
Yes.
How is that? Was that like a cultural shock? I mean, I know that you're obviously a journalist, so you've been everywhere, you've been around, but completely moving and living in such a different type of environment. How has that been for you personally?
It really hasn't bothered me. I'm used to traveling, so I mean, this was a far cry, of course, coming across from one part of the country to another, but it took a minute to adjust to a life out here. Like, I'm still adjusting to the fact that we're 2 hours behind right now. Like, y'all on the afternoon, we're in the morning still out here. So
That just
I'm
occurred to
thinking,
me. Honestly, VPR, that has now just hit my mind. I'm like, what do you mean? We're on the same side of the world.
Right. No, and that's why we started late today, because he does, he hosts the morning edition.
I just
and the
got off
morning
this morning
edition
show.
is
So
so
this is
hot.
Oh,
yeah, y'all on your lunch break. We're still on breakfast right now out here.
Right.
Although I'm getting ready to go on my lunch break in a little while because I just did my breakfast early. But anyway, no, it really wasn't hard to readjust to life out here. Again, like you said, I'm a journalist, so we have to be pleasant. We have to be personable with people out here. So it wasn't like I could not talk to people and get to know people out here. I mean, everybody keeps to themselves around here. It's nice. It's quiet. As I mentioned, Denver's a nice city. There's a lot of extra curriculum that goes on in these parts, a lot of outdoor stuff, a lot of events, a lot of entertainment comes through here. I just mentioned the sports teams out here as well. So there's a lot you can do here in the state. You will never be bored at the course of any time, whether it be
VPR. It sounds like you're trying to sell us on it.
What's that?
VPR. It sounds like you're selling us. You're selling us New Yorkers.
I'm telling y'all.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying that y'all need to come in here for a vacation at some point because you might use a trip and it might help you.
Facts. Best weed, best skiing, right? Like this.
I love to snowboard already.
Did you just say best weed?
I did.
Y'all coming out here for the weed, aren't you?
Well, preferably the
I'm just saying.
There's a lot of cannabis shops out here, so let me tell you, you will not find yourself short any type of that stuff out here. Believe me.
So we got a lot of new viewers right now on the check-in. Can you tell us a little bit about your background, your journalistic work, some things that you covered throughout the years, one of your favorite pieces or stories?
Well, when I moved out here, what was interesting is that when I moved out here a year ago, maybe a month after the fact I moved out here, one of the biggest stories I covered was, since I'm a sports junkie, Deion Sanders. He was hired as the new head coach for the Colorado University football team across the way in Boulder. So that obviously was a big story. I was right in the middle of it. I said, oh, please let me cover this story, because the fact that Deion Sanders is coming here, that's a big story that we should be on top of now. No one knew he was going to come here until the story started picking up steam a few weeks after he had finished the season with Jackson State and he was getting offers. But then Colorado came asking for him to come out here, and then that became a story. And then a few weeks later, he was hired here. So I was right there in the middle of a big sports story covering Deion Sanders. And yeah, he has turned this state into a little Hollywood since he's been here. It's been quite the experience since
I've been seeing him on commercials and everything. He's been having a second run. Yeah, like his popularity has risen.
He is of a larger than life caliber person like Deion. I mean, you get to cover him every day out here. Who wouldn't want to have that job, right?
Right. What an opportunity.
Yeah. You have a legend right in front of you every day.
For sure.
And the Nuggets won the championship last year too, so that was a big story. The first time that they ever won a championship. So there's been a few events out here. Those are the two notable ones. That the Nuggets and Deion Sanders were the big stories. And then there's other news that goes on out here too. You got the legislative stuff that goes on. I cover a little bit of everything. I don't do sports. I cover politics. I cover a little hard news. I cover human interest stories because that's what the NPR standard is. We cover a lot more human interest journalistic stories that give people more perspective on what's going on, other than just what the who, where, and why, and how is. And I was doing that in Connecticut before I came out here, so this was a natural fit for what I'm doing now. It wasn't like I didn't know what I was going to be able to get myself into. Hosting was something that I was doing out there before I came here. Now I'm doing it every day. That's the only difference.
Right. You're on 10 now.
Yes.
I want to know, speaking of which of these human interest pieces, do you have any that specifically like really resonated with your heart, that like you might have shed a tear or two, when you heard the story or related?
If there was one story that I covered, it was actually before I moved out here. It was 2 summers ago. There was a black man in New Haven that was paralyzed when he was wrongfully arrested, and he was in the back of a pickup police van. He was paralyzed from the neck down because one of the drivers had slammed his brakes hard that caused paralyzed neck it caused him to slide into the back of the van. And that became a big story because of, again, police brutality was the nature of the story. And what made it so big was that Ben Crump, a national figure, came to New Haven, and I met him and we talked, and he marched with the rest of the city down to police headquarters demanding justice to what happened. The fact that I was able to cover that story was like, wow, like this meant a lot to me because as a black man, I take these things to heart. thoroughly. And the fact that I'm actually meeting someone like a caliber name of Ben Crump, who's here in our city covering the story, and we're actually marching, and I'm actually with them, marching with the rest of the crowd down to the station's headquarters to say, hey, we want to know what happened. And it was a big story a couple of years ago. I would send you a link to it too. I don't know what's happened since, but I know that it was catching a lot of national attention because Ben Crump was part of that story, and it made some headlines.
Wow.
And Kiana, you know what I respect about it is with the journalistic work, we normally get caught on the pieces online, or we'll see something and it'll garner our attention online, and we'll get lost in the clip, and we really won't understand what happened on the ground. So, well, you're doing that work there, and you could actually like pick up and read that and actually know what's exactly happening, because you'll watch a video, you'll see a cop doing something, and but you won't see what the guy did before, or vice versa. So it creates a definitely
that's our job. We have to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, it's easy to just go by what people say, but that's where I come in to say, let's find out what really happened.
Right.
There's that saying, there's always three sides to a story, not two. There's three sides. There's your side, there's the other side, and between all that is the truth.
Right.
And I want to tap into that, because I feel like me personally, I get lost in the shade room, the TMZs, because I see them, I view them, and I know it's not the full story. And when I see a journalist actually doing his job and taking the time out to fully understand it and encompass the full range of the topic, then, oh, this person's bad, don't like them, I'm going to write this about them just because I need the clicks.
Right.
Michael's not that.
We're not about clicks here. We're about getting stories. That's what we do here. And especially in our communities that we serve around here, we do a lot of human interest stories too. I mean, there's been some news that's happened around here recently that's caught the attention of national outlets. So we take it to heart. And just like our listeners expect us, like y'all, we have to do our jobs thoroughly to get to the information and get it out there properly. Not propaganda, not calling once. We do it because it's the truth. And that's what we have to do. That's what I get paid to do, tell the truth.
Right. And I feel like that is, and you just said this, FMI, a lot of people, especially if you're continuously browsing online, you get caught up in a story or a clip and you don't know the fact. News has kind of been petered out. Like watching the news or listening to the news regularly used to be a thing. Like as we got into like millennials and the Gen Zs and X's.
Talk about it. That
definitely became diminished. So having, like you said, FMI, those boots on the ground and getting those facts out to the public, not just a clip that you heard or just one perspective, but really coming at you in a neutral but factual way is so important, because then you can make your own decision, right? Make an informed decision and educate yourself. And that's what we're all about here.
And I'm tired of it. We're so short-minded. We rather watch a clip than read. We rather do anything. We rather not even listen to a song. We'll just listen to the first 10 seconds. So it breaks down to our short.
If your song is bad, though, I'm not going beyond 10 seconds.
Not yet.
I'll fast forward, because if 10 seconds is the intro and it's bad, I'll fast forward to that first verse. And if it starts out as trash, it is.
We're our own worst critics sometimes, because we want something that's going to resonate as soon as we listen to it. If it doesn't sound good, we just turn it off. It's like anything else. Like if you listen to a song or watch a TV show, if you're not intrigued by the first 5 minutes, next. I'm not wasting my time. Next, or what's on Netflix, or what's on this channel. That's how it is.
Instant gratification.
Right. It's even like reading a book. I don't know if anyone still reads regular books. I certainly do.
I do
as well, for sure.
Well, you
I'm in the midst of reading Bruce Jackson's book right now. We interviewed him with T Money. Missed you there, bro. For real. You should have. Next time you got to.
T Money. He called me. T Money. He called me after the fact.
Right there. He was telling me to deliver.
You owe me an interview.
He was like, can you tell FMI? I said, you have my information and FMI's information. Why are you trying to get me to deliver? I was
DJing a college. Right now, I'm doing all my private events, my graduation parties, and my college parties. Like after we finish this interview, I have to DJ for City Tech in Brooklyn. So I've been doing that. But Michael, I have a question for you. In 2024, we did lightly speak about clickbait and just the certain titles. How do you battle that? Like knowing that you have other journalists out there that are going to use these tactics to get these clicks, and it might favor their work more than yours, even though you've done your homework and done the work. How do you battle that?
It doesn't bother me, because I'm doing what's best for me, and I'm doing what's best for my station and for the company that I represent. That's what matters to me at the end of the day. I represent the station I work for. I represent the audience that I have to cater to, and they tune to us. And let me just tell you, we get feedback from our listeners. People think, no, you never know who's listening. You all know this. You never know who's listening to your show or listening to your radio station. People will respond to you, whether it be through email, which we get a lot of out here. Also, you get people that hit you up on social media. You know, the comment sections are always lit with people always trying to voice their opinions on stuff. Sometimes they
talk about it.
No matter how wrong they might be, they still feel that they are the judge, jury, and executioner. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, don't even phase that, because it's just, you're getting to the bottom of what matters the most, and it's your job to tell it like it is. Now, you're not going to always win a lot of popularity contests. And let's face it, a lot of us out here are trying to be superstars, and rather than just be journalists, listen, I've been doing this for, like I said, 31 years. You see my shrine of my little media credentials behind me here, so you can tell I've been pretty busy out here hitting all these stories and whatnot. Point I'm making is that it doesn't faze me, because I'm focused on my job. Now, if it works for them, great. But at the end of the day, I'm worried about mine. I'm also worried about my coins.
Okay.
You heard it, VPR.
Tell it like it is.
Drop the gavel on them.
With the way media is going right now. You all been seeing what's going on in the media right now. It's a tough time for this business.
Yeah.
People are losing their jobs every week. Cutbacks, layoffs, mergers are happening.
AI.
Yeah.
Listen,
get into
I had a couple of AI stories this morning. I was cringing. I'm like, why do people invest in this AI mess, man? It's going to take people. Don't they know what the bad thing about this stuff is? AI is going to ruin people's jobs. The humans are going to be left out of jobs. And
they got AI bots to mimic relationships.
I don't like the
AI.
I might be in the minority here, but I think AI is going to wreck the economy, because they're going to let the robots take over the world, and it's not going to help. What's the humans going to do?
I have a different opinion, because I think it's actually important to financially invest in AI and Web 3.0, because that's the next phase, right? And learning data analysis, becoming certified, like me, Libra.
I love this, VPR.
Even if you don't agree with it as a writer, knowing that they have these platforms that replace writers, I also have to know, just like you, Michael, with your confidence, there's a voice as a writer, a soul. AI does not have a soul, right? So there's some things that can never be mimicked and never be completely portrayed in a robotic fashion, because that's what it's going to be. So there will be its limitations.
Maybe in certain industries it might work AI, and that's probably what I should have mentioned.
But the fact is that we cannot stop it, right? It's already taken steam, and Chat GPT, like, it started a while back. And for those that haven't been listening, it's going and going and going. And, no financial advice, but I might just say, you might want to look at
put some coins behind that brand.
Right.
Listen, I'm old school. I understand it. Like I said, I just said I might be the minority about that, but that's fine. I'm keen to that.
I don't mind being mad at it and still making.
Everybody has their views on that. That's their prerogative.
I know they coming for my job. I know that's going to be one of the first ones.
That's my point, though. I'm looking at this from a job and economic standpoint. I'm not looking for. I get that, but I'm wondering the human interest side of this. Is it going to help keep us employed so that we don't have machines taking over the work for us? Because at some point, people are going to sit there and say, "Well, do we really need humans running these operations now? We got AI taking over." So
we got AI at the Amazon workhouse.
I agree.
You don't want that.
We've seen it even with automation, right? We've seen it. And I think the crazy thing is, like, again, when you can't stop it, you kind of have to learn how to pivot. We all have had to do it during COVID, right? From going virtual. Remember, guys, we were in studio, but a limitation with that is that we could have never sat and talked to Michael at that time, right? Unless he just called in, it would have been a different experience.
Zoom became part of our vocabulary during the pandemic. So we started learning the word Zoom a lot more. That's like another commonly used 4-letter word now with Zoom.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Let's get on.
I learned this. For being on so many laptops.
That's right. That's what it was.
That's the way to clap. It's true. It's true. But some things are unstoppable, and I do agree with you, Michael, big time. But on the other, end of the scale, I'm like, knowing that it's there and you can't do anything about it, what can you do that can help you? Right, as these things come to take your job, right?
And that's all I'm worried about now. I know there's a lot of benefits to AI, and that's great, but I'm just looking at it again. Like I said, I'm looking at this from the human interest standpoint for the long term. For those who need jobs, don't let the machines run you out of employment, because we all got to make our coins, as I mentioned. And
we've seen easy
what's going on in the economy right now. It's also becoming a little more shady by the minute.
It is. And that's why it's important. And like you said, Michael, to focus on your craft, right? Not worry about what's happening with the competition and other people, like you mentioned, FMI, clickbait, and other, like even in what we do, right? There's a lot of buffoonery.
Yo, I be avoiding that shit, man.
Sometimes you want to go on social media. Some of the stuff I see on those platforms is like, who made you? Like, who gave you a permit? Like, why do you have an account?
Right.
Like, let's take your accountable. Like,
what about the relationship experts?
Man, listen, the gurus, the health, and then don't forget about the veneer techs. Not dentists, the veneer techs.
Oh my gosh!
Come to my house and I'll install your teeth for you. Instead of 10,000,
everybody feels they have a voice for something. If you put them in front of a microphone and a platform, all of a sudden they become experts, and they're all of a sudden now they have the holy grail is that they have the say so over anything in this universe. It's like, okay, what makes you so knowledgeable about this subject matter? Like, do you have any credit? Like they said, let's see your credentials.
Right, exactly.
I've been on TikTok for 2 years. That's my credentials. I have over 100,000 followers on TikTok.
That's all well and good, but here's a $50,000 question: is that job paying you?
Right.
My TikTok, I make money from sponsorships. Okay, I do it from sponsorships, VPR.
Okay, and that's all I'm good. Right? I get everybody's got to hustle out here, and I respect it. I'm saying this, it doesn't matter to me. You can have 50,000 followers. Listen, I have over 8,000 followers on Twitter. I have 3,000 followers on Instagram. I have so many followers on LinkedIn. It doesn't matter to me, or even on Facebook. But at the end of the day, what are they going to really do for my pockets? Is that, and again, this is what I'm saying. Age, wisdom comes with age, and that's my point here. At some point, you guys start thinking long term. What's this going to do for my pockets?
Michael, you better stop. People are still paying for $5 a month on Instagram so they can have a verified check. You better stop. Bro, man, from the fifth floor that don't even got a business, that don't own nothing. Is paying for that blue check.
That blue check mark keeps you out of trouble, though, because believe me, there's a lot of people out there scamming and scheming.
That's true. That's true. And watch yourselves online, guys. And,
they scam me on my Facebook account.
How many times a week
I was hurt.
Get approached by brand ambassadors? They're like, hey, fam.
Every day I block them.
Right? We want at least 30 to 40 a week of different fake brands that are like, check out our page and blah, 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 blah. Like, nobody's got time.
Do you need help with promotions?
About that then, DJ, about your Facebook situation.
Man, nah, Michael, they really took my account and ran up like $900 on my business account with using ad placements. They had my ad placements. I was tight, and all of all my convict music people, all my Sony Records people I met throughout the years, all the teachers, all the events, everybody I lost with that account, and I had to rebuild my Facebook. And that was like 2 years ago. Yeah. And I was hurt. I didn't care about Facebook, and I didn't know how much business I had on my Facebook, and it was always coming. All the bookings that I would have. I was hurt.
I can imagine. I've been mad too, but
woke up.
Hey, Zuckerberg, something you did. We gotta talk here, bro, about this.
Yeah, Facebook. Their lead time in getting back to you is like 4 to 7 years.
Oh,
okay. They're still putting up videos. They're contacting me about videos from 2016, 2018 with us, FMI, and they're like, "Oh, okay.
Your dispute has been settled." I'm like,
and that's right. All that time it took to get back to you, they have no resolution. It's like, okay, so what's the point then?
Right.
It was wasting 4 years of my life. I will never get back now.
And took content, right, that could have been accessed by the people that do tune into us. I think that is such a great point. Tune into your craft and what you do, right? Like, stay in your lane and don't worry about everybody else's lane, because right now society is in such a disarray, and it's like flocks of people that go this way and go that way. But when you are on your set path, continue to walk there and do it fashionably.
Yeah, speaking about fashionably, you know what just occurred to me? I sat back and I look at the Met Gala every year, right? Every year I've always, oh my God, the Met Gala.
Yeah.
Has any one of us seen inside the Met Gala? Because I've only seen the red carpet, and then after that, like, the coverage stops.
Well,
I don't know if it's just me.
I have not seen the inside of the Met Gala.
You see what I'm saying?
I think that's one of those you need to have creds and exclusive to get something.
Right. I don't even take pictures and stuff.
Yeah, I think they make that so sacred. Like, that's like the Holy Grail. Like, you really can't go out there, and you really need somebody to break those doors. It's almost like Secret Service.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was sitting back and I'm just like, yo, guys, for something that we champion, just like we do the Grammys every year. Every year we say we're gonna turn them off. We're gonna black out the Grammys. We still watch it. just like the Met Gala. So actually, after this year, I'm like, you know what? I'm not. I'm good.
I've been on that, partner. Like,
you know,
I tune into fashion moments. For me, that's been it. A lot of
you got Doja Cat out here wearing T-shirts.
Yeah,
you know how hard it is to get credentials for that thing. It's enough to get a credential to even get to the Met Gala alone.
It is.
Inside is a different story.
And a lot of these awards, the Met Gala is not awards, but like the award shows, right? Especially music and stuff, they've lost the authenticity for me because I've watched them for such a long time consecutively, and you see like so much of the organic way in which it was done. And now, you know, again, it's more of a popularity contest. You the level of greatness for me is not what I choose to engage in. So, you know, if it's not for me, it's not for me, and I'm totally okay with tuning out.
One of your listeners just made a comment there. Velvet just said that it's not allowed, media is not allowed, and she's right. There's a really hardcore approach to getting in there, and she's right. It's a charity event, so there's that.
Yep. Yes, like I said, no pictures, no video, nothing inside. Everything is on that red carpet.
That answered my question, VPR, because I was scratching my head. I'm like, why am I looking at these people walk on this red carpet and then nothing else happens after that? Where are they going after this red carpet?
It's like
they just vanishing like
there's no
the witch in the wardrobe of Narnia. I don't know. They're walking in the wardrobe, coming out somewhere else on another planet.
And let me tell you, some of those wardrobes are pretty. Those wardrobes are something. It's like the creativity that goes into the wardrobes. It's one thing.
Some of them.
Some of them, some of them.
Yeah. In my opinion.
Would you be actually wanting to wear something like that to the Met Gala? I don't know.
It don't look comfortable.
I don't want to ever wear anything where like I can't move and I don't feel comfortable. To me,
somebody had to get carried up the carpet this time. I forgot who. Was it Cardi B or one of them? I don't know. She had to be carried. She couldn't walk up the carpet.
Kardashian, because she couldn't walk. Different dress, that Marilyn Monroe dress. Who was it? I think it was Tyla wore a dress of sand.
Fashion over function. Like, what the fuck?
Was Doja Cat? Was Doja Cat there? Was it Doja Cat?
No,
bro, she wore a T-shirt.
Oh, the T-shirt
that was soaked. She just wore a soaked T-shirt.
Tyla's dress
regular big T-shirt.
Entirely of sand. It was like if you make a body mold and then like
that's cool.
Stylist put it around, but it was just sand. You know what I'm saying?
Water.
So it's like if you take a cast of your body, right, and then you're doing something with it, it's like a bust. That's what it looked like. To me, there was it was the color of sand, so it's neutral tone. There was nothing to it that was like.
Don't worry, VPR. Next time we got to go to the Met Gala and they ask me to walk the runway, I'm gonna come with my DJ equipment attached to me like on a harness. I'm like, this is my fit. I'm just gonna keep the records like this, guys.
That's perfect.
You look like a boombox, right? Like an old school boombox. That's my wardrobe.
Love, hate.
Yeah, like Radio Raheem. Love and hate. Stop.
Exactly.
Come on, right. But if I love you or if I hate you,
Michael,
see, y'all think I know about that, right? I know about do the right thing. I got y'all.
Yeah.
We've been having a blast here on this show all morning. Please let everybody know where they can find you. Also, like, are you working on any upcoming projects?
Yeah, what's up?
Anything that's off the cuff?
The sports teams out here are keeping me busy these days. And you know what? I was talking with one of my colleagues this morning about the Nuggets. They're playing tonight. And I kept saying to him, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to do with myself if the Knicks and the Nuggets end up playing for the championship.
Right.
I hope that doesn't happen.
You have to wear both hats.
Oh, somebody said that. I have to wear a shirt that's got Nuggets on one side, Knicks on the other side. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle myself if that happens, but I have to do my job, obviously, because I live in the Denver market. But as you see, I'm still repping. I tell everybody, I'm still the Knicks fan out here. I'm going to represent no matter what.
He still got his Timbs on.
Right. He's still stomping in the orange
approach. I got the New York attitude. That's not going to change. So just, But you can find me on Instagram at Lyle Multimedia, as well as on Twitter. I'm still calling that platform Twitter, not X.
Okay.
That's where you can find me as well. And that's where I do most of my work at. So find me on Twitter and Instagram at Lyle Multimedia, all one word.
Perfect. And it's also up in the description above. Bianca, we love you right back. Thank you for your book.
Bianca. Appreciate you.
A couple of days ago. We can't wait to have you back on the platform again. And Michael, it is always such a great pleasure to have you here. We definitely want to have you back for our next season. We're going to take a little hiatus for the summer. You guys catch up on content. FMI is going to shake up the entire world over the summer.
Michael has had me laughing the whole episode. I'm cheesing, my cheeks hurt. We've been freaking.
Now you got to come out here to the Mile High Sea. That's your.
I am actually. In August, I actually am coming out there around the 17th. Yeah. So.
Oh,
so
you
I
are
have a
coming
friend
out here.
that-
Okay.
Yeah. I had a friend who was already playing.
When you touch down, you gotta hit me up when you get here. Then
I'm hyped that. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna hit you. We gonna make
I'll be
something
here.
happen out there.
I'm right here. I'm staying here. I mean, as far as I know, I'm not leaving anytime soon. So
Look, it's raining out here. You got green trees behind you. VPR,
Right.
everybody in New York, look at the stream.
Before you go, let me
Go
give you a little tip about the weather out here, because they say there's a running joke in Colorado. If you want to see the weather change, just stand for 5 minutes. You get snow, sleet, sun, rain, and all that in one fell swoop. Because 1 minute it's snowing out here, next minute it's sunny. Like it's
Don't tell me that. I'm gonna come out there dressed like a postman in shorts and a beanie on. I'm chilling like the UPS postman.
The weather out here. That's why it's so crazy out here in Colorado. You really can't prepare for this weather out here.
Right.
It's tough.
We thought we had it over here because it gets crazy out here too. You never know. Summer like 2 days ago, and now
it could be hot, and then you go in the subway and it just be the winter. You never know. It's like
I was tripping off of earththglobal last month. That was wild.
Oh hell no!
Like they getting earthquakes out there? What?
Right. Apparently.
Global warming.
The plates are meeting.
Right.
They were, and I was wondering what was that all about. I'm like, I guess that's just world. I don't know. I mean, we get tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff now. So I guess.
Right.
God had indigestion. He burped and shook us up. That's what it was. God had indigestion. He burped, shook us up. Everybody get back to work.
Yeah, he was shaking things up, right? He
was sending us one of the commandments. Don't get fucked up down there, y'all. I'll come back.
He wanted to shake it up. He shook it up, right?
He definitely shook it up. For real.
All right, Michael.
I was standing, literally, I was like in this spot, and I was like, what the hell?
I could not believe that. So I said, wait a minute. You're not telling me there was an earthquake in New York City now. Like,
right? The blast was rattling.
I'm on the stairs in the second floor of my house.
That's common out here. I'm like, wait a minute. This is a common thing out here on the West, not on the East.
Right.
Yeah, I ran outside in the middle of my yard trying to save my dog. I'm like, both of us gonna die out here. I'm watching my English bulldog shaking in the middle of what the hell going on? She over there. What the hell going on? I'm running down the stairs.
Like a bobblehead in the window, right?
I'm running down the stairs. I'm gonna save I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do, VPR, but I was gonna save that fucking dog.
Well, you had to jump into action, bro. I ain't mad at you. I was on the phone with my peeps calling everybody back on the East, like, what's going on out there?
Record me a video real quick. Show me the floor shaking.
Yeah, what's going on with Earth? What the hell is this? Like,
New York had a few big incidents. The first one for me was the big blackout. You know, remember the blackout?
I remember that in 2003. That was
2003. Yeah,
I had to steal gas. I'm not proud of it, VPR. I had to go out and steal gas because I was low on gas. The gas pump wasn't working. I was in the middle of Flatbush. You know what I mean? I called my dad. I told him, yo, I don't got gas, man. I can't make it home. He said, man, get a hose. You feel me? And we stole it.
You know what that reminds me of? Did you watch that movie Ocean's 11? Remember that scene when the casino went out? That's what it sounded like you just did. Everybody started jumping over the casino tables and stealing all the money.
Baby, I'm from the early 90s. We're going to get home somehow.
We're going to make it home, baby. And we're from New York, right? Like, we're versatile.
You know how we know. We're vigilant. That's how we roll. We got to improvise.
Don't worry. I left the person enough gas in their tank. I ain't cold-blooded. He was getting home, too.
You got your gas, all right?
Right.
What you think? I'm just saying. Take care.
At that time, my 98 Honda Accord was making it home. Nothing was stopping me. No blackout.
No, didn't it? That's all that matters, bro. It got home.
Bianca, yes, that is survival.
Yep, survival of the fittest.
That is survival, no doubt. We're battle tested. That's how we roll.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. We have just been laughing. My cheeks are hurting. What a great time. Michael, we cannot wait to have you back. Again, follow him over on Twitter, aka X, and Instagram at Lyle Multimedia. And we will definitely see you soon.
I'll see you in August, for sure.
At some point, y'all got to pay a visit out here now.
Oh, for sure.
I'll be coming back east occasionally, but...
Nah. I'm going to come to you. Y'all got better air. Got better air quality, better life, better living.
No, you know what you coming out here for, bro. Don't even try that. I'm putting you on blast.
You're coming for the weed nut.
You know what you're coming out here for.
Shaba.
Don't even try it. Mad Lion's coming out here. I know why.
Mad Lion.
I'm going to walk out the plane like fucking Prince. There's smoke everywhere. You'll see walk out.
You know exactly what you're coming out here for. But it's all good. Hey.
I said too many smoke shops and not enough time.
It's cheaper out here, though. Let me tell you, you get some good bargains out here for that, though. It is.
Michael be knowing. He put me on VPR.
He's a journalist. You got to report from the streets.
He knows.
if I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell it like it is, right?
That's
I mean, that's
You the
it.
man, bro. I love it. You the man.
I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. That's all.
Michael, thank you for taking time out. We appreciate you, and we're definitely having you back for the next season.
And it was great. I love y'all.
Thank
I appreciate it. Anytime you want me back, just give me a shout. But I know y'all got to take care of biz out there. And you, by the way, y'all continue to stand on business out there. I'll be seeing your content. Kiana, girl, you doing your thing. Brother DJ, I see you out there doing what you got to do. Continue to stand on your business out there. That's the best advice I can give
you
to
as
y'all
well,
right
my
now.
brother.
Keep doing it.
Will do, and we appreciate
You all we got.
Right.
I got y'all. I got this. Y'all just take care of what you got going out there. Stay strong with that.
Absolutely.
All right, my brother. Great seeing you,
All right,
man.
one love.
Have a wonderful day.
You got it, guys. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Amazing.
Damn, VPR.
Right.
That was refreshing from us. So
Mhm.
I'm going to get ready and actually have to DJ for a college right now, VPR. I'm gonna go live.
Business.
So if you guys do want to see me DJ live, I'm gonna go live on a little bit on YouTube and look around 6 o'clock because that's when it starts up.
Great.
And yeah. Kiana,
Welcome, man.
I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm so happy to have all of you guys watching us right now.
Yes.
Thank you. We love you, and
do.
continue being great.
Yeah, and we'll see you next Thursday, you guys. Mwah.
Later.